Ladies and gentlemen, where do you begin? Our opening inductee to the Fraserburgh F.C Hall of Fame made his debut way back in September 1986. He played all the way through to August 2010, some 24 years. A club record, 721 games, 193 clean sheets within those. Winner of a Highland League Championship, a Highland League Cup, 2 qualifying cups, 5 Aberdeenshire Shields, 1 Aberdeenshire Cup. One of the finest goalkeepers of his and many other eras. The first inductee to the Fraserburgh Football Club Hall of Fame is Billy Gordon! 721 games, 10 times a winner, and so much more. The first inductee into your Hall of Fame is Billy Gordon. Billy.
Thank you. So my kids, I think I can operate a phone. So I wrote a couple of things down, and I'm making apologies for reading it off of here. First person I need to thank for this is Charlie Duncan. He didn't only shape my football career, he shaped my life. He gave me the opportunity back in the day when young goalies weren't getting opportunities. And without that direction, I probably wouldn't have met the wife I've got now, and I wouldn't have had the kids I've got now. Because I don't know where I would have been, to be perfectly honest with you. But that direction allowed me to do what I've done, to be here. I'd also like to thank that said wife, for her putting up with she knows before a game I was a nightmare, after a game I was a nightmare, so 721 games, that's a lot of nightmares. And that was just competitive games, friendlies were the same, so it's a lot more. So thanks to her for putting up with my tantrums over the years. Lastly, probably one of the tributes I want to pay is that guy is no longer here. A lot of you probably die ken him, but without the late great Jimmy Adams, Nino's would be standing here today. He saved the club at a time where, like I said, as he's lucky as I can, he took the club through, he employed Charlie. Charlie took the youth development on, and to be honest with you, I've worked with Charlie, Mark, Chris, and that's the managers that have seen to where we're at just now. They've all got their own wee little modern twists and things, but ultimately the values are the values that man instilled in everybody, and that's I see that every time. I see it every time I speak to them. So it's fantastic for that. The only other thing I've got to say here is that to the young team, the 18s, some I know more and better than others. Stick at it, lads. Stick at it, lads. Because this is what you could be in. You could be standing here in the next 10, 15 years, being lauded by people. And I'm really humbled to be standing up here. So stick at it, okay?
There he is, ladies and gentlemen, the legend that is everyone's number one, And now, number 1 in the Fraserburgh FC Hall of Fame, Billy Gordon. Our next inductee made his debut back in December 1969. His final game came in April 1981. 380 games for the Broch, 144 goals along the way. Never lost a cup final, played in 7 and won them all. 5 Bells Cups, 2 Aberdeenshire Cups, scoring 7 goals in those finals alone, including a hat-trick in the 1973 Bells Cup against Huntly. 9 hat-tricks in total, 4 of those 4-goal hauls, and including 4 goals in a defeat by 10 goals to 0 against the Blue Toon Peterhead. Please welcome to the Fraserburgh FC Hall of Fame, Bertie Bowie!
I have a few things that I would profile. The first 2 cup finals I played, I lost them both. Up in Elgin. One was against the Salt Charlie team, and one was against Elgin City. And I've got the Duncan here to say so. Runner-up, 1972. And I'll always remember Jimmy Brown before the game saying, "We're not a rich club, we'll give you a £5 bonus if you win." And after the game, we lost 3-2. And after the game, was they had their social club in the ground. I don't know if you remember it or not. But Brian Newlands was speaking to Keith Nicol. He said, "How much was you bonus?" £50. We was only getting a £5. The Broch at that time was just in a shoestring. They didn't have much money. But all the time I was with the Broch, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It was great times, playing with great people, great opposition, Charlie Duncan included. And that was a really good spell with the Broch. And I've got one thing to say. One little trip. Up at Brora, my very first time at Brora. Am I right to say this? Well, 1971, Brora had nothing. No money, nothing. And it was Charlie Parker's buses at the time. And probably been good fast on the tractor. Speed that he went. Anyway, we met, 5 or 6 of us met at the coffee at the Harbour's Coffee. And the bus was leaving at 8 o'clock in the morning. And we went up to the Gutcher bus, it didn't leave at 8:30. This is Charlie Parker's bus, it was really slow. And it was all roads, it was windy roads, roundabout, no bridges or nothing. And we got up to Inverness about 1 o'clock. And then up to Bonner Bridge, got our lunch there, and after got our lunch, headed for Brora. We went into Brora at 2 to 3. We all got changed in the bus, right out to the park, changed, put our boots and everything into the changing rooms, went to the park. After half an hour, it was 4-0 down. Bloody hell. And after half an hour, we didn't get back into the game. So after the half time, Brian McCann had a few words to say to us. So we got back to 4-4. And 2 minutes to go, I hit the bar, so I could have been at 5-4. It was 4-4 after full time. And that was some journey that was, up to Brora. Then back to Inverness. And the night out at the Caledonia Hotel, the dances and all the rest of it. Got fish supper at Inverness, into the Inverness Social Club for a few drinks. Charlie, you would probably remind you that. 2 o'clock in the morning we got home, knackered. That was my first induction into Fraserburgh F.C. away games in Bunbury, up in Bertie. So that was it. That was some journey.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Fraserburgh Football Club Hall of Fame welcomes Bertie Bowie. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Our next inductee made his debut way back in March 1993, played all the way through to November 2009. 510 appearances for the Broch, 237 goals until recently, a club record. 4 times a winner of the Aberdeenshire Shield, 2 qualifying cup winners' medals and a League Cup winners' medal. 13 hat-tricks, 3 of them 4-goal hauls, 1 indeed 5 goals at the Belslea against Nairn County back in 2004. He can't be with us this evening. He's now, of course, as many of you will be aware, happily based with Score down in Australia. I do believe his son Liam is here with us. He's home and he's going to accept the induction on behalf of his dad. Our next inductee to the Fraserburgh FC Hall of Fame is, of course, the one and only Micheal Stephen. His dad didn't send in the wording, so Liam, thank you very much indeed. Our next inductee, ladies and gentlemen, currently our most decorated player, a Highland League Championship winners' medal, a qualifying cup, a League Cup, 4 Aberdeenshire Shields, 6 Aberdeenshire Cups. He made his debut some almost 21 years ago. He's made 677 appearances for the Broch so far, 171 goals in the black and white. A true legend of this club, continues to be so. Please welcome to the Fraserburgh Football Club Hall of Fame, William West. Willie, what did I say, 677 and still going strong.
Hopefully keep going and win a new contract next year, is the plan. Thanks Billy Gordon for setting this precedence of a speech. I wasn't they prepared for this. I think I've been so nervous since Forest at home a couple of years ago. It was a wee day for a Broch for us. I'd like to start off with a table of family here. I'm really chuffed to come and see me get this award. I think most of you might know my granny Lorraine. She spotted me about 26 years ago, she tells me. So thanks to her, I'm standing here today. But it doesn't stop there. My dad has been a rock and just pushed me literally every step of the way to get here, and I feel so privileged. But my dad's only been able to do that because he's gotten a rock pushing him, which is my mum. So I'm awful lucky. Fast forward a few years and my life's football, my life's a Broch, and I meet my best friend. She's here today, and I've got a lot to thank Jodie for, and our two boys. Ever since they've came on a go, and we've lived together, I've never enjoyed my football so much because it's my rest period. I feel a bit silly standing here getting this award because I think I've said to one of my mates here today, Steish, I just been doing fit I love every day, so it's a bit strange to pick up an award and I'm just being selfish. I'm just doing what I want to do, so I love every moment of playing for the Broch and playing football, and I'm going to try and do for us as long as I possibly can. We're so privileged to play for a club like this, with a group of fans, committee, volunteers. I get paid to play. We've got people here that just do this because they love the club, and probably more deserving than I'll ever be getting an award like this. So, really privileged. I'll probably get run out. I'm thank everybody I need to thank, but I'd like to highlight Charlie Duncan and Bruce Buchan, who's going to be next. We'll probably be here. Could be here all night and we'll let Brucey speak and they give me a time limit, but those two have been massive for the start of my career and put faith in me when I probably didn't have the faith myself. So that was they've been a big part of my career. Latterly, Chris Hunter has introduced a new way of playing, I would say, to the club and brought me on further. Enjoyed my football with Chris, and latterly Mark and James came to the club at a time that maybe some people would have thought we would have taken a step in a different direction, and to be honest, the two of them have been, I think have miles exceeded my expectations, others' expectations. Sorry, not to get the wrong way. They have been, look, the awards that we've won as a group of individuals, as a club, is a thanks to these two managers, and we've probably been the most successful club. The only reason why I'm the best, again, all that trophies that we've won is because of these two individuals. Their recruitment, I mean, you guys didn't see if we get behind the scenes. It's they provide the platform for us to perform and win trophies, and I'll forever be indebted to Mark and Bax for all the guidance and everything they do for us. They live and breathe the club, and we just try and do what they ask. So I think I've got Abdi Finlay. Yeah, I missed anybody. I think. Yeah. So no, I just thank you everybody, and I'm really privileged and humbled to win this award. So thank you very much.
There we go, 677 games and counting, 171 goals and 13 winners' medals. The Fraserburgh Hall of Fame welcomes William West. Our final two inductees we are going to invite individually, but they are very much a double act. As Finlay said to me earlier this week, the Highland League's answer to Clough and Taylor, for those of you old enough to remember. They were together to head up the Broch for 1,079 games, winning more than half, guiding the Broch to 24 Cup finals, 5 Aberdeenshire Shields, 2 qualifying cups, an Aberdeenshire Cup, a Highland League Cup and a Highland League Championship, all brought back to the Bellslie. The first individual I'm going to invite, and it's my great pleasure to do so, he arrived at the Bellslie in 1971, he was there all the way through to 2011. Spongeman duties, as are in the notes in front of me here, never ever cover everything that he has done. Instrumental in setting up the youth programme that has proved so many successful over the years and continues today, of course. who else could we bring into the Fraserburgh FC Hall of Fame? And Buchan! Buchan, welcome to the Fraserburgh FC Hall of Fame.
Thanks, Ian. I didn't get why I've been selected for this, because I, like Finlay, started coming to the Belsley in the late 50s, carried on in the 60s, and it was there, like the majority of the people here tonight, is because we like football, and more importantly, we like the Brock Football Club. So, then a passion for that, and guys like Jimmy Brown from the club was in the doldrums, as Bertie said earlier on, in the late 60s, was in a bit of a financial mess. And thanks to Jimmy Brown and a few of them, they kept the club going, because if it would have been a limited company, would have been in administration and receivership and declared bankrupt. So it was up to them, it kept the club going, and I was thankful for getting the opportunity to win their manager, like most clubs, the their managers. And there was 11 players and one sub, but we wouldn't take a second sub to the War Games because it cost an extra fish supper. So to save funds, you'd only go with 12 players. And a couple of years later, the first manager was Brian Buchan, and I met him in the Toolies where I was serving my time, and he asked me to help him out because he was made the very first manager of the Brock Football Club, and he was the player manager, so it was just myself and one or two subs at the side. And one of the big changes that happened is, has been alluded to by Billy earlier on. It was my delight, in the wrong circumstances, I was at a family funeral with Jimmy Adams, and I set the seed for him to come to the Belsley rather than to Dodry, and sadly, a few months later, I was in the same venue at another family funeral, and I was delighted that he came on board the following season as the chairman. And that was instrumental in the financial stability of the club, and that was a big pivot point in the Hill Club. And very much thanks to Jimmy. We had a few different managers, and I was very much on board, backing them up to the hilt all the way through. And then a few years later, sadly, probably a decade too late, because Kenny Roger managed to persuade Charlie Duncan to come on board and start playing for us. It was probably a decade too late, because Charlie, in my opinion, and very much a lot of opinions in the Highland League, was the player of the decade in the 70s. And the only thing that disappointed me, that Charlie, only through Carl, got hitched to somebody in a Brock in 1972, so it took us another decade to get Charlie on board. And thankfully, Kenny, who sadly is no longer with us, he managed to persuade Charlie to come on board. I think the fee was a couple of wheelbarrows, Charlie, and maybe a starting handle for a mixer. But we got Charlie on board as a player, and he did a job a year later for a fortnight, and that ended up with 27 years, I think it was, in total. I've always got on great with Charlie. I think we've been quite a few differences of opinion, but never ever found out. And likewise, I backed Charlie right to the hilt. And he ended up, at that time we'd only one first team. I'd developed into 18s, a few years later the 21s, and it was my pride that to get involved with guys like Alec Mayer through the SFA and the schools that were formed the 14s and the 16s, and that led to guys like Mark Cowie and James and then even Brian Cowie played for the 14s, and quite a few of them that went on to play with the first team, because when we was in a shoestring budget, it was a case of developing your own players and also locally. So it was doing it in a shoestring budget, and it was the benefit for the Hill Tune and the community. So thanks very much for that. I'm glad to say that Chris Hunter and new Mark is the two substitute managers since we moved on, and it's new due to the future, because there is a few things that's going to happen in a club. One is the stability, and that's due to you, Finlay, and your team, for the hill of the first team. So we've got to set the right structure. I believe after watching, as you can, I get a lot of youth games, and I see the future, because what was spoken about is history, and we need to move on. And we need the right people in the dressing room and on the pitch, the right people through the youth development and taking players. So Mark and James, it's up to you to bring it on. And without anything else, we've got to have the supporters, because you have got to come and help us make sure that we develop it for the next 10, 20 years. You can be critical, but make sure that you're always constructive with it. So thanks very much to all the supporters for all the things that you've done, and all the games that you come to up and down the road, as Mike was saying earlier, is very much appreciated. And I'm sure Finlay will echo that for me. Thank you.
Please welcome to Fraserburgh FC's Hall of Fame, Bruce Buchan. Our final inductee in this inaugural Hall of Fame dinner, signed as a player in December 1983, going on to play 187 times for the Broch, scoring 9 goals, a debut in late 83, his final appearance in November 1991. Just short of his 43rd birthday. However, he had, of course, become a player manager well before that time, and as we've touched upon already, going on alongside Bruce to lead the ship more than 1,000 games, 5 times a winner of the Aberdeenshire Shield, 2 qualifying cups, an Aberdeenshire Cup, a Highland League Cup, and the Holy Grail, the Highland League Championship, brought to the Belsley. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Fraserburgh Football Club's Hall of Fame, Charlie Duncan. Charlie, welcome to the Fraserburgh Football Club Hall of Fame.
I'm fine, brilliant. I'm not going to say too much because Brucey spoke for about an hour, I think. Everything he said was true. I kind of think anything he didn't say. But one of the things that the folk forget, I'm prepared here. And I went to see the first Fraserburgh game in 1959 against Dundee. I was there, and the lad who scored the goal was Johnny Sutton. I knew him as well. He was a grass fitter in Peterhead, and I got to ken him, and he helped coach me a wee bit like that. And then we eventually signed for Fraserburgh. I was an all-man again. I was about kind of 34, 35. That's when you retire now, like. But I just said, well, this is not, I'll keep on going. And I've enjoyed it. And when got Brucey and Micheal, I was near an artist, I let him there. Lots of people helped us. And Jimmy Adams was the chairman, of course. And he sort of was looking for somebody to do something. And I just thought, well, he said $100,000 or something like that, and we'll get a team. And he said, no, I can't do that. So, well, there's a lot of kids here, right? Facilities are never great, because there was the links, and the links, and that's about it. Nowadays you've got all weather pitches, etc. A lot of things that you could do. The players nowadays don't seem to appreciate that. Like I think that the players now take it for granted that you have to be good, like. And the facilities that go now is a lot better than it was in my day. Obviously, I was before the war. But I think that Fraserburgh have always, well, Bruce and Micheal, their grandson, Art Mayor, Brian Newlands, they are really helped as well. And they were our players. They were the idiots. They could play. And that's how the kids learn. The kids learn off of players who can play. And we're still doing the same now. And I think this year, a lot of folk have said, oh, they were third in the league. No, they did really well. That's what I would tell you. I watched the games this year. Been excellent, and with carry on with Buchan, like I don't know what happened there, right? That was shambles, like to say the least. How on earth the Rangers appoint a doctor to do something in Buchan, didn't it? It's absolutely unbelievable. It's one of these things, like. But again, as I said, I don't want to push too much like that. He can swear a good Fraserburgh and I do like that. I just thanks very much for everything, and hope we do. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Fraserburgh Football Club Hall of Fame welcomes the legend that is Charlie Duncan. A big thank you, please, ladies and gentlemen, to your chairman, your secretary, Mr. Finlay Noble. And to the first 6 inductees into Fraserburgh Football Club's Hall of Fame, to Billy Gordon, Bertie Bowie, from the other side of the world to Micheal Stephen, to the man still being strong, Mr. William West. And to the two legends making their way back to their tables now, to Bruce Buchan and Sharon Duncan.